Kent Pewter Money Talk here with another video. This is the first time you ever been on my channel or watched any of my videos. This is basically a finance channel. So I talk about ways to make money, save money, invest money, pretty much anything to do with money. I even try out side hustles sometime. And every once in a while, I may give away money. But in this video, I'm going to talk about something that we need to start doing as poor people and middle class people. And that is, stop being jealous of rich people. So instead of being jealous of rich people, you ever think that maybe you should learn from them? Learn how they became rich in the first place. So there's pretty much a book I read a couple years back. It was actually a good book. It was called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So there was this boy. He pretty much had a dad that was poor. Well, he probably wasn't really poor. He might have been middle class, but he might as well have been poor because he was living paycheck to paycheck. I mean, if you're living paycheck to paycheck, I just feel like you're poor. Because when that paycheck don't come in, you're pretty much on the verge of being kicked out of your apartment or your home. So that's one of my definitions of being poor. But this boy, he had a friend and his dad was rich. So the boy pretty much learned a lot from his friend's father, who was rich. So he pretty much learned the value of money. He learned how to save money, even invest money. Pretty much make money work for you instead of work for money. So that's pretty much what he taught him. And that book is called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. You'll probably like it. I mean, I enjoy reading it. I might read it again. So you may want to surround yourself with rich people. Learn from them. Take their advice. What works for them, it may work for you, it may not. I mean, it's different for everybody. But we as a people, we need to stop being jealous of rich people. Acting like they are the problem. It's just like, if you're like overweight or underweight, you're just out of shape, and you're jealous of this really fit person. Maybe he's like really buff. You're just jealous of him because you're not built like that. Well, you can be jealous of him all you want, but you're still gonna be out of shape. So instead of being jealous of this person, you can take their advice and ask them what you could do to pretty much get in shape like they are. And you might be surprised, they might help you. So it's the same thing with money. Because a lot of us reach that we're poor because our parents are poor, their parents were poor, and so on. So it's not always how much money you make. I show that in like my past videos. You take two people, they both make like $50K a year, and one person could be building up money, and another person could be going down in debt, be on the verge of being homeless. So that's pretty much one of the main reasons people are poor, because they had those parents that pretty much didn't really teach them to manage money. They grew up poor, and even when they do get out of the ghetto or where they came from, maybe they finally get a nice paying job. You want to know what happens? A lot of times, they end up spending all their money, living paycheck to paycheck. Even though they're making good money, they're just wasting it all. Because they never had anybody to pretty much teach them how to manage money. Obviously, a rich person could probably help you with that. Teach how to manage money, what's a waste, what's not a waste. Because you'd be surprised with these rich people. The people that you think that would spend like a lot of money on cars, on clothes, it's really not what you think it is. So if somebody's like a millionaire, you probably think that maybe they're going to spend a lot of money on cars, on nice clothes. I mean, there's some like that, but there's a lot of millionaires that don't spend their money on that. Actually, a lot of people that waste money on clothes, on cars, a lot of them aren't rich at all. They're usually like around the middle class, pretty much. And even some poor people spend a lot of money on cars. I don't know how they do it. Obviously, some of these cars, some people just give loans to anybody. So who knows how a poor person was able to get a $50K car. I mean, a car for $50K is a waste of money anyway. I would never spend $50K on a car. So you hang around rich people, you pretty much know, you may know where to put your money. Maybe they'll teach you ways to invest your money. Get more out of that money instead of waste it all the time. Because let's be honest, most poor people, the majority of them, they don't really invest their money. I mean, most people in general, they don't really invest. It mainly be like the rich people that invest. Some people get rich from investing, so that is no way to be rich. Some people say that rich people are greedy. I mean, there's some truth to it. Some rich people are greedy, but not all of them are. There's some rich people that actually do want to help people. Take Oprah, for example. Back in the 90s, the 2000s, she had this show. I think it started in the 80s. She used to give away a lot of money. She used to give a lot to people on the show. So we can't say Oprah is greedy. Mr. Beast. I know some of the older viewers probably don't know who Mr. Beast is, but the younger viewers, if you're like a big YouTuber, you should know who Mr. Beast is. Cause I think he's probably like the biggest YouTuber right now. And that guy actually does give away quite a bit of money. I mean, I think he's pretty cool. I think he's a good guy. I'm just checking something in the back. Cause I see him give away lots, like hundreds, thousands of dollars sometime in his videos. The last video I watched, well, it wasn't really the last video, but the last video that pretty much had somebody competing. They basically competing for money. And the guy actually lost. He's supposed to like lose everything, not get any money after lose. But Mr. Beast was so nice, he actually gave him like $100,000, I think it was. So he still got something in it. Even though he lost, Mr. Beast still hooked him up. He didn't let him go away empty-handed, which I thought was really nice. But the truth is, a lot of times, it mainly be like the poor people that are greedy. It's true. It is. So I just thought to point that out. Because a lot of us, we see rich people as evil, but That's not always the case. Some poor people are evil. And some poor people are greedy. There's a lot of poor people that are greedy. I want to tell you an example. Some poor people, they don't give. They're always taking money and not giving back. I know there's some situations, sometimes people might be in a certain stance where it's not their choice to be poor, but a lot of these poor people, they waste their money. They just waste their money gambling. Some of them gamble hope to become rich, but instead they end up being poor still, asking for money. I mean, one of my ancestors, they was a gambler, and they pretty much lost. Their wife ended up leaving them. So being a gambler, when you're trying to make money, you end up losing things instead of making things happen. So I don't really consider stock market gambling. When I was younger, I kind of did, but not really, because the difference between gambling, once you lose that money, it is gone. But with the stock markets crash, and then they mostly go right back up. I mean, not always. I know some blockbuster stock, it went down, it stayed down there, went back up. So, yeah, a lot of rich people, I mean, a lot of poor people, many of them, probably more poor people than rich people, are greedy, which is why they stay poor. But if you are poor, like I said earlier in the video, instead of being jealous of the rich people, you should learn from them. I mean, I wish I had some rich friends. Even if you don't have rich people in your life, maybe everybody in your family's poor. I mean, like I said, that book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, you can read that book. It can help you out a bit. I mean, there's books out there that can help you. And there's even YouTubers that are rich. You can learn from them. Because I know there's YouTubers I look at, and they're not all old. I mean, Graham Stephan, I mean, he did not come from a rich family. His dad was not a big saver. But he found a way to get rich. Because he does real estate. He does invest in the stock market. And what else? I said real estate. He does YouTube, of course, so that pretty much helps him. He's a big YouTuber. I mean, he's a cool guy. I would love to interview him, but I'm such a small YouTuber. He probably won't even look at my videos. But who knows? Never say never. He might be on my channel one day. But he seems like a cool guy. Somebody I can get along with. So I haven't really watched much of his videos lately, but every once in a while I do. Now I think it's like his fiance. It was his girlfriend at the time. Now his fiance, I think. She actually did respond to me. I was asking him because he looks like a party person. I asked him if her boyfriend was a party person. He said no. So I imagine some rich people are party people, but not all of them. I mean, am I a party person? I mean, not really. I mean, I do like to have parties every once in a while. If I get people to show up, that would be nice. But I wouldn't say I'm really a big party person. I wouldn't really consider myself one. I mean, you hang out with a couple friends. Does that really kind of as a party? You bring a couple. If it's like a couple friends, I don't really consider it a party. It would have to be quite a bit in my book, to be considered a party. Of course, there's some other YouTubers I look at every once in a while. They're just, I mean, they're not all rich. Some don't just have like a good amount of money they make, and sometimes I follow their advice. There was another YouTuber. He had a name pronounced as, he has the same, it's pronounced as Batman name, Bruce Wayne, but it was spelled differently. He was another YouTuber. I used to watch this. He hasn't made any videos in a while. I hope he's okay. He did give me like some free Litecoin, I think it was. So I did enjoy that. I mean, I don't believe he was rich, but he had like a good amount of money. So yeah, I do take advice from some of these YouTubers. Then I give some advice, of course. So it is nice to take advice from rich people because they have all that money. They know what they're talking about. Obviously, if somebody became rich from winning a lotto, that's just luck. But they became rich from work, then yes, that's the type of rich person you want to listen to. And this is the end of the video, guys. So you want to see other videos? Just hit on that subscribe button and hit on that bell button. That way you'll be notified when I make a video. But that being said, have a good weekend. Be safe.